All right, Corey from SaaS Pegasus here, and today I'm back with another live coding demo. And what I wanted to do today is I want to try and overhaul this payments functionality that comes in Pegasus. So right now, this is the demo of what ships with Pegasus out of the box. So you kind of have this payments example. You can attach a name to the payments. You can enter your credit card number, and then agree to the terms and you pay. And assuming this works properly, this will do a little payment, and that does go into Stripe and it shows up here. So this is all right, but it was one of the first things I built with Stripe, and I've used Stripe a lot more and know a lot more about kind of what a better payments application should look like. So I want to add that to Pegasus, and I'm going to try to live code it right now. So the first thing I did, I just set up like a couple new products in Stripe. So these are products that I just added today. I can show you how to do this. So I'll add one more. So I'll just go to add product here in Stripe. What should this product be? Let's sell SaaS Pegasus. So this is like, a boilerplate for making SaaS applications in Django. I'm going to take off my headphones. Just be a little more comfortable. Get cozy here. So pricing model, standard pricing is good for one-time sales. Let's see, I'll sell Pegasus for $449, which is what the professional license costs right now. And let's see, do I have any, let's see if I have any images that I can quickly grab. Pegasus web landing page. All the images that go on the Pegasus landing page, but is there like a, oh man, where is my Pegasus? Okay, we'll just use that one. Rocky start. We'll go with it. Keeping it real. Oh, password. Use KeyPass for passwords. So I'm creating this product just to kind of show you what that looks like. I will save it. And now we have a product. And so my idea is basically I'm going to take these last three products that I created and try to make a little e-commerce workflow out of these. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to sync this data locally. So right now in Pegasus, there's a management command, bootstrap subscriptions, and I just happen to know that behind the scenes this syncs all your products. So this is going to sync not just my subscriptions, but also these products that I just added down here. And that's good. So what that will do is that will sync them with DJ Stripe. DJ Stripe is the library that Pegasus uses, and it will add them to your local database. So you can just reference these like any other Django models. This is a really nice convenience thing that I like to use. Then you can work directly with Django models instead of hitting the Stripe API every time you want to do anything, and you can see the prices, the names of those products. Hopefully the image is synced back down too. I'm not sure if, yeah, even this image kind of synced down. So we'll be able to use this in our e-commerce page. Hopefully there it is. Yeah. So now I want to build this app. First thing I'm going to do is go to my IDE. I will try and put this in presentation mode. I'm going to bring back my side navigation there. And I want to first, I'm going to create a new app for this. Trying to think about what this app should be called. So there's subscriptions. Part of me is tempted to call this kind of e-commerce. Another part of me is tempted to call it payments. Maybe I'll call it e-commerce. I can always change it later. So e-commerce. So this is going to be a new Django app. I'm gonna, that's not what I want. I'm gonna add a models file. And I'll start there. Actually, I know that I'm gonna want a URLs and I'm gonna want a views. So let's just add all those now. Okay, cool. The other thing I'll just do while we're getting the plumbing out of the way is apps. Yeah, so in Pegasus, so your project apps is kind of your own custom apps. And I'm imagining that Pegasus users will kind of take this as a starting point and then build off of it. Oh my goodness, do I have the right project open? I have the wrong project open. How embarrassing. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my wedding plan project. And I'm just gonna move all that stuff I just created and under my Pegasus sites. E-commerce to apps. Okay, there we go. Hopefully they show up in here now. There they are. And back to settings. Yeah, so as I was saying, in Pegasus, there's kind of the notion of a Pegasus app, which is kind of like an example that you're eventually going to delete. And then there's your project apps, which is like the stuff that you actually are going to work with and customize. So I'm going to drop this in the project apps area. And let's see. So I'll set up my URLs. There's my root URL conf. My PyCharm is kind of chugging away here, so hopefully that doesn't affect the streaming. And let's see, for now I'll just add kind of like a new root here somewhere. Where do I want to stick it? Doesn't really matter. Put it, I guess I'll put it right by subscriptions. For some reason, my IDE likes to do weird formatting things when I no. Let's see, so I pasted chat here, so e-commerce apps.commerce.urls. Okay. And let's just do like a hello world thing with our URLs. So I don't know, I'm just gonna go to some random URLs file, kind of grab the first few lines of that. Name e-commerce, path, views, e-commerce home. It's all boilerplate stuff, but it's almost like a warm-up exercise, you know? Gets you, start with all the easy stuff, and then move on to the meat once you've kind of got the scaffolding out of the way. I'm going to return a template response for a request. And we'll say e-commerce home.html. And we'll create that. And let's just say like, hello e-commerce. Just make sure that we wired everything properly. So now if I go to e-commerce, I have a problem loading the page, probably because my streaming makes my Django a little slow. Okay, cool. Nailed it on the first shots. Okay, but we don't want just this random thing. We want, let's see, we'll just like kind of, we want to extend this app base. That will kind of give us our scaffolding. That looks good. Can stick this in a app card maybe. That's kind of how the default starting Pegasus things look. Make that a little, make this a title. Alrighty, should we add it to the navigation? Let's add it to the navigation. So that's going to be in app nav, and let's see, team nav is the stuff that goes up here. I'll kind of stick it maybe right by OpenAI demos. E-commerce home, tab equals e-commerce, highlight it, e-commerce, did I spell that right? Example. And let's see, what would be a good font awesome icon? Whoops, what would be a good font awesome icon for this? Awesome. If they have an e-commerce icon. So what I normally do is I click free and then I try a search. Try searching for that. Cash register, dumpster fire. That's kind of ugly. Store. Checkout, maybe a shopping cart. Yeah, let's do this. FA solid, FA cart shopping. Let me just copy those bits. Okay, well, FA solid, FA cart. Huh. My IDE seems to think it's the other way around, but let's see. Okay, that looks fine. Maybe I'll get rid of the word example. Kind of looks funny. And if I want to add some tab highlighting, I have to set the active tab, which I can do in my view context. Active tab. All right. All right, there we go. So, yeah, so that's the scaffolding. Now we will get into the actual coding of the feature, which will probably go a lot slower than that. But so let's, so to start, we'll always start dumb and then we'll kind of expand as we need to. But so the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to pull all the active products from that DJ Stripe table that I was looking for. So products, product objects, filter. I'm going to import these from DJ Stripe. And then I think these have like a, they have like a active, definitely only want active products. Probably, we want to pass this to the template. Probably we'll want to further pare this down at some point. We don't just want to send down every active product in the database. but for now that'll be fine. So, and now in the template, that's not what I'm looking for. E-commerce home. You know, I'm going to rename this e-commerce home, just because if you have like 20 templates named home in your project, then it gets a little unwieldy. And then in the template, and again, we'll make this, we'll spruce this up, but for now, we'll just say for product and products, and for, make a list, and let's just throw some names in there. All right. How do we do? All right. So those are my active products. That's that matches kind of what we expect to see in Stripe here. But you know, I only wanted to include a subset of this. There's a bunch of ways we could do this, just to kind of get something going. I'll do it a really dumb way. Well, when this actually makes it into Pegasus, I'll do something smarter. But let's see. For now, I'm just going to do something like active product IDs. And eventually this will be a setting or something, maybe, I don't know. But for now, I'll just grab this one and this one and this one. So let's see. And then we can say, oops, ID in equals product IDs. So relative import, kicks. Yeah, so that should pare down our list of products to what we want to have here. Just refresh. There we go. Okay, so this is going relatively smoothly so far. Now I'm just trying to think about whether I want to have kind of like buy buttons right here, or just have this be a list and then have sort of like a product details page for each product. Eventually the latter will definitely make sense. So maybe we start there. The other thought I just had is maybe maybe I can kind of steal this this layout here, like just these UI components with the image and the name and the description. So let's do that first one. That'll be maybe a little more satisfying to see, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to go to what is that? The example home. Examples home. And let's see. These are kind of hard-coded to work exactly with 3, but sorry, I'm thinking out loud. But well, let's just make this work with 3, and then we'll futz about the UI later. So we're gonna create some columns, and then for each product in our products list, we'll have a column was our column. So I think this will just kind of make them be, that didn't work. That's because I got rid of that. Okay, I'll stick the product name in there for now, just to kind of show you what we're doing. So yeah, so now we got one per column, but what we actually want to do is we want to include some kind of e-commerce components product card, something like that. So what do we want to do? We want to create that template. And now in there, I kind of just grab this whole thing for now. And let's see, product.name. So that's not what we want. In our H3, we'll put the product.name. In our P, I think we want product.description. We'll leave everything else for now. See what that looks like. Did you forget to register or load this tag? Yes, you did. See if we need translations eventually too. All right. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but we're getting the data in the right place. It looked like maybe the admin is actually the best place to kind of look at this. DJ's Stripe products. So I'm looking for those images. I'll just see if we could stick the images in there for fun. And let's see, that's under images, and images is like a list. Okay, maybe it's actually better to look at the code for that. Images is a JSON field, a list of up to 8 URLs meant to be displayable to the cupper. Okay. So we can do something like, let's see, so this will be if product.images, we'll do product.images.0 maybe, else a credit card. And if alt text, be the product's name. Okay, let's see if that worked. Yeah, aspect ratios are a little whatever, but not so bad, not so bad. That's cool. So we will change hello e-commerce with my store. Okay, so now we've kind of got our products here. I mean, maybe let's just make these buy buttons and then we're done. Yeah, that sounds good. So instead of making this a link to an example page, we're going to make this a sort of like a e-commerce purchase product, something like that. Product.id. Should maybe be a post, but let's figure that out later. So purchase. Just thinking about namespacing URLs. Maybe we'll do products, and then we'll do the product ID, which is I don't know, I think it's a slug. Product ID, purchase, something like that. Use purchase product, and what do we call the URL? Purchase product. Good. Need to create this view. Request product ID. We'll just kind of implement a little bit of this. Type int. And we'll return HTTP response by product.name. Sure. Let's kind of just make sure it's working for now. We'll have some cleanup to do, but let's check if this worked. Reverse, not found. Why not? One e-commerce product, select product name. Why didn't that? Reverse for purchase programs with an arguments of that didn't match that. Is that not a slug? It looks like a slug. Try making it a string. Did I do this formatting wrong? Look at another URLs file. No, I did do this formatting wrong. Okay. Shame on me. Trying to code without copying and pasting. Try that again. There we go. Click through there. That also messed up. I have to tell it what type of object I want. Refresh. All right, BioSaaS Pegasus. There we go. So that is cool. Next, we want to turn this into a Stripe checkout session. And that's, so in the Pegasus examples already, there is a payments thing. So I do want to just kind of look at how that works. The payment intents are for, yeah, so create checkout session is the one that we want to use. We will need to essentially just kind of copy this, but tweak a couple things. But let's start with this. This is going to be pretty close to what we want. Eventually, I will probably refactor this into like a helper function. For now, let's see how it goes. Yeah, so this we want to be, let's see, stripe equals, there's a get stripe module helper function, which sets the keys for you. We need absolute URLs and reverses. For now, we'll just redirect to the same URLs. Why not? Stripe session creates. So I'm just gonna like go to the Stripe docs. Stripe checkout product. I don't know. All right, so customize your integration, like a quick start. Quick start. Quick start. Let's see, so create checkout session. Yeah, price ID. Line items, price ID. So this is, yeah, so instead of doing price data, price ID, quantity 1, that sounds good. And we could add quantity, that could be like a future work project. And this is going to be like product. Stripe has a default price. Does DJ Stripe have a default price? Yeah, perfect. This needs to be imported. So this might be kind of it. Just take off that customer email for a sec. Let's see if it works. So we got to change the button text first. Product card. Let's see. Buy. Boom. Oh my God. Pay wedding plan, $440 for SaaS Pegasus. Very cool. So I think this will work, but it's going to redirect us back to the wrong place because we're going back to those examples. I don't know if that's going to crash or what, but let's find out. Yeah, okay. So it sort of worked. Let's now, so let's do those customized success and failure URLs. So rather than this, we're going to do e-commerce, let's see, checkout success. I'm trying to think if this should be like a product specific. It probably should be. So we'll stick in a product ID here. And then the cancel URL. This doesn't necessarily need to be so wide. Cancel URL. I don't know. Does cancel need to have a product ID in it? Maybe not. I'll just kind of use the same pattern, but have a cancel. Okay. So now we're kind of like glad we did some namespacing here. So I don't know, purchase success. Purchase products success. What do we call that? Checkout success. It's Name it the same for consistency. And let's see, another one. This one is checkout canceled with no product. You want the product? I think we probably want the product. Why not? Cancel. Checkout canceled. Let's add the product. Cancel. Canceled. Canceled have one L or two L's? Canceled. I think it has two L's. Come on, Google. Two L's. There we go. Okay. These views don't exist, so now we need to make them. So we'll have a product ID string. And this one will also have a product ID string. So for success, this one's going to be the interesting one because this will be like the handle fulfillment. You can handle fulfillment in the checkout success or in a webhook. I usually do it in both, just in case one fails for whatever reason. For now, we'll just say, for now I'll just return that. I'll just leave that. Checkout canceled is an easier one. So here we can say like messages dot info maybe. And Django messages framework is a good thing for when you want to tell the user something. Your purchase of was canceled. Product name. And we need to grab the product. I'll only grab it once, and then we'll do a redirect to reverse of, let's see, Ecommerce home. Is that right? Yeah. All right, let's try the cancel workflow first because that's easier. Back here, refresh. Okay, so that cancel URL gets used from Stripe Checkout when you click the back button. So this will load up our product. And this button should now go back to our cancel URL, which, yeah, shows us our message, goes back to our product list. Okay, so now let's work on this confirm workflow. So what do we want to do in the confirm workflow? This is kind of where the data modeling side is going to come into play. So let's just do something really simple. Let's see, this is the wrong app entirely. So we're just going to have like a purchase, which will extend our base model. Yeah. And this will have a product. Which will be a foreign key. Django foreign key to a product. So we'll also have a user, which will be auth user model, something like that. And let's see, we have a created at, we have base model will give us created at and updated at. So we've got our user, our product. Do we need anything else? Well, I mean, often have like an is valid. Default equals true. Is valid is going to be for like if they ask for a refund or something like that. You can flag their purchase as invalid, hide it from the UI. I don't know. I mean, if it's like a real, like if we were building a Gumroad clone, then you'd have like content or something, which would be like a file. But I'll be biting off more than we can chew in this little screencast. So yeah, maybe we stop there. So what we want to do now is we want to handle fulfillment, which means, okay, so in the checkout success, we're going to get back a link with the checkout. I mean, the subscription views handle a lot of this already, so I'm going to go kind of, let's checkout views, I think, yeah. So yeah, so the first thing we do is we get the session ID, and then we're going to kind of grab some stuff off of there. So Stripe will call back to us with the session ID populated. Then the first thing we do is we get the session back from Stripe. We can get the client reference ID from session, which in our case will populate with the user ID. So let's just mirror. Let's mirror exactly how this is done with subscriptions, because I think that's a good pattern to follow. So let's see, create Stripe checkout session. So I'm just looking for how to set the client reference ID. Just like that. Pretty easy. So we'll do that. We don't want the subscription holder ID, we want the request user ID, which also means that this needs to be login required. E-commerce home may or may not be login required depending on if we want to well, let's make it login required for now. Probably you want to have some non-logged in view where you can sort of browse the products and then create an account, or maybe you don't even want to create an account, I don't know. But for now, let's assume you want people to create accounts, which means we can also populate the customer email if we want to. I guess why not? Let's see, okay, client reference ID. So now we're getting that back. And basically what we want to do is just assert that the client reference ID is equal to the user ID. The user should still be logged in because they'll just get redirected back, although we should add that as a requirement. This is especially important when you're doing a webhook handling. In the webhook, you won't have a user session, and so you'll actually pull the user ID off the client reference ID, and then we will fulfill it. So we can do, what did I say? Purchase. Name of the model. Purchase.objects.creates user equals request user product. Product. Once again, good, we have the product ID in the URL, although we could also get it from the checkout session. It would be in there as well. Product equals product is valid. We can leave the default to true. And now we can say, essentially, oops, same type of thing here. Your purchase of that product was successful. Thanks for the support. And we can make this a success message maybe. Be happy and green. And go back. Okay. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to refresh this page. Did my server die? Oh, my server died. Missing on delete. We certainly are. So on delete. Let's see. So if we delete the product, what do we want to do? If we delete the user, I think we could cascade that. If we delete the products, I guess, I don't know, we want to cascade that too. Really, you shouldn't be deleting products that people have already purchased. So I guess we could also do like a protect. But I would just cascade it for now. Let's see if it's happy now. Happy. Refresh. Okay, so let's go through this now. Oh, we need to create our database models. Make migrations. What at e-commerce? Markets. Okay. So let's buy this rag book. And there we go. You can see the email got populated there. That's from that little bit that we added. This add promotion code is from the allow promotion codes argument. Okay, purchase of rag was successful. Thanks for the support. And just to prove that that worked, let's make a little admin file. And let's just say, just copy paste from another admin. Purchase admin, let's say list display, let's see, what do we want to show here? Maybe the product takes center stage, and then the user, I don't know, created at, is valid. List filter. Maybe the same things, I don't know. The filters, like if you have a bunch of users, the filters start to get a little ridiculous, but it's nice when you're first starting out to kind of quickly see everything that a particular user has done. Let's see, purchase. Might have to restart the server to get that picked up. Okay. Purchase, there we go. And boom, there's our rag purchase. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good start. And I think that's also a good place to stop. So I'm not quite sure what this feature is going to end up like. Already, I think it's a huge improvement from what is shipping in Pegasus today. So I'm excited to get this out there. I need to think a little bit about what to do with that purchase workflow. Maybe it shows a little like you own this here. That could be one thing. But yeah, not too bad for, let's see, about an hour's worth of work. So that'll do it for today. Thanks for stopping by. This has been another edition of Hacking on Pegasus. I'll see you next time.